Hi, this is Tim with another Elite Dangerous video. This time I'm going to be looking at the big ship that's currently available in Alpha 4.3. Starting off with 3 total deaths that you've seen in the previous videos, 94 kills, and I've earned surprisingly a total of 62,000 credits, which would be no way near enough to buy the ship that I'm about to buy here, considering it's 1,090,000 credits to buy it. But thanks to Frontier injecting our accounts with 1,500,000 credits the other day, I can buy it and show it to you, even though it's probably not a ship that I will be interested in the full game, because it's a bit of a tank and really not the kind of gameplay that I would look for. Anyway, as you can see, it's got a really interesting cockpit. It's very open, and if you look around, you can kind of see that there's another cockpit below, at least one. So you're definitely going to need crew, and if you look over on the left there, you can see hallways and doorways. So this is going to be kind of an interesting ship when they show us you know, other things than this you know, single cockpit view, when they start bringing in crews, everything like that is going to be very, very interesting. It's pretty cool how they've got you know, these glass kind of areas and the seams and everything. Anyway, let's take a look at the fitting options for this ship. Obviously, you know, this stuff will vary from station to station, and I'm not really going for the best possible fitting that this ship can have. You know, just looking through the different locations now with the camera. I'm sure, like in other games, you know, there's going to be a best fitting for this ship, and you know, players will work that out, and you know, you'll basically find yourself being in combat with another ship of the same sort, and you know, statistically you should lose to the better fitting. But what I like about Elite versus like the EVE Online type of space game is that you have a pilot here. You know, it's not where, you know, a score of 10 can beat a score of 9, because you have the added influence of how good the pilot is. And you know, you could easily find yourself being beaten by a pilot in a lesser ship or a lesser configuration, simply because they're better than you. And that's what I really like the idea of with this game. Anyway, you can see me here fitting various you know, weapons, a little bit of a mixture on this one, just basically fitting whatever the hell I feel like, really. Just going to take it out to the asteroid field that I took the Eagle in the last video, and see what happens. I didn't really like the Eagle, although it's a fighter. I don't feel like it's maneuverable enough to be what I will be looking for. But it's, you know, don't get me wrong, it's great that it's there. It's you know, the software definitely needs different levels of ships, and it needs variations, and it needs ships that are focused on certain aspects, like this ship is that I'm fitting now. You know, this is a trade ship, and it's a tank. You know, it's not a fighter, and you know, it has its place in the galaxy the same as the Eagle does. The Eagle, it's a fighter, but it's not my kind of fighter. I need the, you know, the sort of maneuverability. I need to be able to fight the way that I fight, and it didn't allow that the same way that the Sidewinder and the Cobra do. Anyway, just setting up the firing groups for the masses of guns that I've fitted to this thing that I'm kind of a little bit bewildered about. And here we go, we're going to leave the station here. Now I know from discussion on the forums that it is tight getting out of this the doorways on these stations, and Frontier have designed them that way that you know, it's literally going to be more difficult to take off and more difficult to land certain ships. And as I'm taking off there, you see there's another I think it's another Lakon coming in, so I back off to give him room, which I think he was doing for me too, but just kind of hoping that he'll notice that I've backed off, which I think he does. And in he comes. I mean, you can see it's pretty tight, you know, it's not not too bad, but it's pretty darn tight there. And just give him room. And I can see on the radar that he's now past me. I look to the left. Sorry about that, that was my track IR kind of messing up. And now heading out. And I know it's going to be tight, but I'm kind of trying to judge where the middle of the ship is, knowing that, you know, I've seen the top of the cockpit, and I can't really see where the bottom of the ship is. I hit it there, tried to adjust a little bit, hit it again, and figure that I need to be a little bit higher, but you know, this feels a bit too high. And I'm now getting a loitering warning. You know, I wanted to wait until my shields built up, but I couldn't. And I'm still being told to leave the station, and I didn't really realise that there's a countdown that says I have 3 minutes left, so I'm all rushing and, you know, trying to get out, thinking that I need to rush, and really I didn't. I had 3 minutes that I could have waited, so bit of a shame, but that's a ship destroyed. And I rebuy the old loadout for 60,000 credits, and here we go again with take 2. And straight up to try to exit again. And at this point, you'll see to the left and right of the exit right now, you'll see some lines on the glass of the cockpit. And I figured that might be about where the center line of the ship is, so I tried to align those with the arrows you can see, and it looks like it almost worked. But not quite. So I rebuy the fitting again for another 59,272 credits. And gonna try to exit here. Going really slow because I was probably a little bit faster about last time, and knocked my shields all the way down really quickly, so I'm going really slow here, so hopefully I can bounce off and just let my shields recharge. And as you can see, you know, I get my nose in there, but my shields are offline now, so I reverse way back out, and just going to let my shields recharge. I actually move back a bit further and just wait. I think I ended up putting some more power to my systems to recharge the shields a bit faster. But before that, I actually let this guy who had just docked try to undock, and look what happens to him. So there we go. You know, it's not just me. But anyway, what I thought approaching, you know, I figured that, well, maybe because I have the, you know, the track IR, I can look up, I can see and estimate where the top of the cockpit is, and then try to kind of see where the top of the exit is as well, and try to judge the distance between them. And sure enough, there we go. I was actually making contact at this point, because obviously the station is rotating and it's actually pushing the left-hand side of my ship up. So I try to get out of there as quickly as possible now. But I did it. I actually managed to undock, which my shields were down, but they're about to come back up again. But my hull was down to 86%. But I figured, you know, I need to see what this ship is like. You know, I don't really care if I, you know, lose it because I'm on 86% hull. You know, I didn't earn this ship. You know, it was given to me, really, with, you know, with the gift credits that Frontier gave. So here you can see that's a lot of weaponry there, and I'm only firing the primary weapons too, and I haven't put any. I've only just put the additional power to the weapons, and so as you can see, this ship kind of feels a little bit invincible. As you know, as far as the weaponry goes, it's just unbelievable there. And I'm now under attack. You know, I'm being hit every so often by weapons. But I think I probably just took these weapons out there. It's pretty maneuverable for such a big ship. But it's definitely not the way that I like to fight. And as you can see, he jumps out, and that's probably because you know, in this ship you just can't keep up with the target. Any target that's really smaller than you are, that's faster than you are, they're just going to get away and jump. You know, it's as simple as that. As that. Sorry, excuse me. And I'm not using the point defense, which are my secondary weapons listed on the left. I'm just using my primary weapons, which are listed on the right. And you know, you can see these targets just get destroyed so quickly, and a lot of the time most of the weapons I'm firing are overheated, so I'm only really firing 2 out of, you know, the 5 guns. And as you can see, the second target again jumped away. As far as combat is concerned, you know, this is a difficult, you know, ship to say that you're going to want to do combat. I think you're going to be using this for trading, and you're going to be making a lot of money doing so, because I think it has a big cargo bay. And if you do get into combat, you're going to be able to defend yourself, definitely, because this thing packs a punch. And I think, just like you're seeing here with these pirates, anybody that comes in and starts firing at you is probably going to run away, just like these guys are, even though I'm firing on them first, obviously. It's pretty darn difficult for any of these guys to survive an attack from this ship. It's surprising, actually, how much damage is being done with the weapons overloaded, and, you know, just maybe 2 out of the 5 firing. It's pretty surprising. Like I said, maneuverability isn't that bad. It's definitely not a Sidewinder. It's definitely not a Cobra. It's not even an Eagle. It's slow, it's lumbering, and but, you know, like I said, you know, this is the tank of Elite Dangerous right now, and you know, you just need to drive up to your target and open fire. That's it. And just like I did with the Eagle, I'm going to go and take on an Anaconda, see what happens, because As you've probably seen if you watched the previous videos, anacondas are pretty tough to take down. You know, they have a decent amount of weaponry. This is me just having another look around the cockpit, trying to kind of use the track AR to look over the seat. It's really interesting, some of the stuff they're doing, and it just makes me think back to the old Elite games where, you know, you would buy this ship and then you'd have to wait in this station accelerating time to the next day so that you could hire a crewman. It's just going to be exciting to think of those crew the way I did in Frontier Elite 2, where I would have my favourite crew guys that would stay with me, again and again and again, and I would have the other ones that just, I don't know what it was, they just annoyed me by asking for too much money, and they got fired at the earliest opportunity. Anyway, I start firing upon the anaconda here, and he's not really firing back yet, and that's because I'm behind him. Anaconda weak spot seems to be directly behind them, and he's getting to the point now where I'm in front of him, and there we go, he opens fire, and as he does that I move behind the asteroid, and as I do that other people actually come in and start to attack him, but I've already got his shields down with a half-hearted attempt, so the Anaconda is just no match for this ship. It really is not. I mean, my shields are still full. I'm taking a head-on attack right now from an Anaconda, and my shields were full. He's trying to squirm and actually get away from me right now, and his hull's down to 20%. Still firing, 10%. And that's it, he's gone. And that's a 500 credit bounty, which for a pirate in an asteroid belt, that's not bad. And I did sustain no damage there. So, on the flip side of everything I've said in this video so far, if you could bring this tank to this asteroid belt and take out ships that are almost as big as you are, you're going to get pretty big bounties. And here I figured I would try out the cargo scoop, and the game locked up. So I had to restart, and I'll do that in a moment. But anyway, like I was saying, this ship might actually have a place bounty hunting, because there's big ships in there with pretty big bounties. 500 credits is a nice bounty. And when you go into an asteroid belt with a Sidewinder, you really are going to be working hard to take down an Anaconda, whereas this ship, you might be able to do it, and you'll be able to do it pretty easily. So maybe it'll have its role, but do you really want to risk 1,000,000 credits, which is what this ship costs, on a 500 credit bounty? If a few pirates gang up against you, you can get taken down pretty quickly. So I'm just attacking a Cobra Mark III here. As you can see, I'm taking a full-on attack from a Cobra Mark III as he's coming in head-to-head with me, and my shields are just starting to dim down on the outer layer. And that was his full attack, and it didn't put a dent in me in the slightest. It was nothing. So, does it have its place in combat? I'm kind of conflicted. I don't see myself using it that way. But like I said earlier, the great thing about this game is that it's not really all about the stats. It's not EVE Online where 10 beats 9. It's just not that way. You're going to have pilots making a difference, and you're going to have pilots using ships in really weird ways. So anyway, I decided to leave, head back to the station. Really have seen all I need to of this ship, really. I think it is a trading ship that is built like a tank for sure. But I also wanted to practice landing here because, you know, if I ever find myself in this ship for real, I want to be able to dock it, you know, without losing it on docking every single time. And I don't think I cut much out of this docking sequence, so you'll see the full thing. Obviously, coming in, you don't have the rotational assist that you currently have when you're undocking, so I have to twist my stick to roll and actually match the rotation of the station as I'm doing it. And just trying to align here, kind of taking note of where the top of the cockpit is, the same way as I did when I undocked. You're getting proximity alarms because you're so close to crashing on every side, obviously. And as it's rotating, you know, you're having to rotate your ship with it. And there we go. Successfully in the station. And one of the nice things here is that you can look down and you can actually see the area that you're docking. So you just gradually lower yourself down. I'm being really careful here, and obviously it's my first time docking this ship. Just trying to make sure I'm level there. Now lowering down again. Just waiting for the signal to come on and tell me whereabouts I am in relation to where I need to be, and there it is. And unfortunately this doesn't have the big kind of signal that the other ships do to tell you where, so I actually went in the wrong direction first of all. It's just got a little dot on the end of a stick, whereas the other one has a big dot on the end of a stick, where with all the other ships. So as soon as it's blue, that's where I need to be, so I just need to lower myself down now. Very gently. And there we go. So I think the only other thing I show you now is I go into Starport Services and look at the commodities menu and show you exactly how many cargo units of space this ship has. And as you can see, 440, which is a really nice cargo bay. And that's it.